I've had a strange observation. You ever notice that when our schools get shot up, you don't see any IDF troops parachuting in to go save our children? You guys notice that? Isn't that crazy? And this doesn't just apply with the IDF or Israel. I don't see any Iranian troops help us clean up the streets. Us Americans should not care about what's going on in Middle East or whatever. They literally don't do anything for us. The argument of, oh, it provides a strategic importance is like a Cold War argument. It seems that a lot of Americans don't realize the issues that we have here are probably more important than what's going on in some dookie country overseas. We have way more issues here than ever. And I think this is the time for American isolationism to be a thing. I'm not trying to get all political or anything. I'm not really a political guy. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an American. We have Americans killing other Americans over bullshit colors, gangs, Crips versus Bloods, Aryan Brotherhood against Bloods, whatever, fucking whatever gang, pick one gang, the GDs at the front door. And I think that is something that needs really special, like honestly, like that is one of the most important issues that we have right now. There are literal communities just fucking breaking apart over, people just shooting each other, destroying families and shit. And yet we're worried about what's going on in Israel or fucking Palestine or Hamas, whatever the fuck that is. We give them $150 billion a year, yet it still looks like shit over there.
All right, here's a good, is this it? Little India? You get the idea. I mean, look at this shit. Like, what the fuck?
On top of the gang violence, we got school shootings. When Columbine happened, that should have been the last one, to be honest with you. We have all the money in the world. You're telling me we can't find a way to solve that? The crazy thing is Columbine happened during the assault weapons ban, yet it still happened. It's almost like gun control doesn't work. Fucking dumbass. Hold on, I'm getting a little bit hot right now. So I got to take off this fucking jacket because I'm getting a little heated right now. Hold up 1 second. Yeah, you got like a whole immigration crisis, like that's, we're trying to solve that, but then motherfuckers don't like that we're trying to solve that. And then, they'll fucking, they're going to start protesting about it, That's interesting. Our prison system is literal trash, We got a fucking trash prison system. We got a prison industrial complex going on, and yeah, nobody ever wants to fucking talk about that. That's interesting. Like, there is no rehabilitation at all. And honestly, some people can't be rehabilitated. Sometimes you just gotta, I'll tell you this. I went to high school with a guy, he he was a football player, right? Last I heard of him this was like, a couple years after I got out of high school. Last I heard of him, apparently he tried to join a gang, so he killed someone. He killed someone to try to join a gang. Motherfuckers like that, you can't rehabilitate them. What I'll tell you this, man. You know what they need to do? They need to round up all the people that are like that, put them on a boat, and make them walk the plank. And that's all I got to say about that. We have a crumbling infrastructure that is like falling apart before our eyes, and yet we want to send billions of dollars overseas when we should be investing that billions of dollars into our own infrastructure. Like we need to have more sidewalks. We need to have more, not even sidewalks. We just need like to fucking overhaul our cities or something. We shouldn't be so reliant on cars to get from point A to point B, especially with how ridiculously expensive cars are nowadays and how much they fucking suck. But like, there's just so many issues that we have to worry about. Yet motherfuckers are talking about Israel versus Iran. Like who gives a shit, man? They don't give a shit about us. They give a shit about our money. That's about it. I'll say it like this. If you ever read The Giving Tree, you would understand. America is the tree. The world is the kid going up to the tree and asking for a bunch of shit from it. And I think at the end of the story, the tree gets cut down because the kid needed it for its resources. That is an accurate representation of America and foreign relations. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. So you guys have a good weekend. Don't do anything too crazy. Stay dangerous. And stay safe too. I'm not even gonna walk away this time. I'm just gonna look into the camera.